It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Saints and the Vikings, and it's all up next.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Meanwhile, for the ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Powering his way forward. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
To throw is Fields. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And defensively here, it's hard to overlook the fact that this is an offense that's dead last in the NFL in rushing. So this back seven's going to be tested. Heck, might be more of a back 8. No doubt about that. And they surrender the catch here and the first down.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. On the delay, this is Murray. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
This defense for the Saints very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Back to throw, Fields. Finding Hockenson here on the out route. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as he's down to the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Up the middle, Murray. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Fields. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Elijah Moore, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Williams now on the return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
It's going to take some time to adjust to seeing Carr running out in a new uniform instead of black and silver. It's black and gold. 35,000 yards and over 200 touchdowns with the Raiders. The Saints more than willing to let him air it out all game long to a talented group of pass catchers in the Big Easy.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Carr to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Fields on first down. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
This 2nd and 4. Now it's Fields. Going right back to Dotson.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Moore. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. He got 29 yards that time.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Fields.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanting the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That's caught downfield by Addison.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
On first down, it's Fields. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Throwing on first down is Carr. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
2nd down and 4.
To throw, it's Carr. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin up in the Still City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, and it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Romeo Doubs, a touchdown reception. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Ezekiel Elliott has run for a touchdown there. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Bryce Young, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. His touchdown pass is the only score of the game thus far, as his guys hold a 7-0 lead to this point.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
The Carr's throw complete there to Johnson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it, and the running game is starting to pay off.
Carr. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Here's Carr. And that will be incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
Fourth down and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Fields. Addison hauls it in. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Looking to throw on second down. Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something, because we're into the third quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Coming left is Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. To throw is Carr. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Fields now to throw.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Back to throw. Fields. Out left to Dotson.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Fields. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does, to the tune of a first down.
On play action, Fields.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Here's Fields.
Forced out to his left. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Tano Passanio just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Now it's Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a give. This is Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. And this is caught. He hits more. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Tano Passanio able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:50. And this time he is in. Latavius Murray.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run.
This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So time for Carr and the Saints.
Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:50 to play. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing his Carr.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. They'll run here. It's Murray.
And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running.
Fields down to a knee here, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was, well, you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Vikings, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else, in their sanity as they move to 4-6. And they'll hit the road